Okay, guys, so we're in the editor and we're taking a look at a very large individual that approached Melanie. What we've got is this thing's head right here, and its nostrils are open. Here's the right eye, and the other eye's behind this plant. But as we screw around and move through frames, you can see right here he's literally smelling the air. His nostrils, and you can see like the ball of the eye in there. This is the nostrils, and his mouth is right here. It's kind of pursed. He looks like he's got a kind of a smug frown on his face, but you can see his nostrils open up right there. That's crazy. Stick around. It's going to be a good episode. Bigfoot Researcher's Journal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. And we're back, and we are in the editor, and we're going to be taking a look at a killer piece of footage today on Crypto Reality, man. This footage was shot a couple years back, and I think we ran a breakdown for Patreon, and the whole clan was present for a couple of weeks, and whenever we went, we caught really good footage. But this particular guy right here, yeah, he's incredible, and so we're going to be taking a look at him, and we're gonna break it down step by step. So, the end result is what we're really staring at here as we add a freeze frame and do a little zooming to take a better look is a research area that we've been cultivating, and you know what we're doing is we're showing up repeatedly, and we're interacting in various ways with the environment, and these creatures come to observe us. We've been doing it for years, and we're getting better at catching them on film. As you can see here, we've got a very large subject, okay? This thing happens to be about 10 feet tall. Now, if we give you the full frame, this is actually halfway out. This is the 6 foot line right here. This is 6 feet tall. We actually were just in here and measured this brush, this height, with a tape measure for the first episode of Impossible. Now, in looking at the size of this guy, these proportions are correct. This is, exactly what we've been seeing, and as you can see, he's very large. Very, very large individual. I'm going to freeze frame that right there, and we're going to do a little zoom on it so you guys can take a look. This is what a 10-footer looks like right here. And what we've got is the bulging coming off of his forehead, and that's the light, the sunlight, and the changing colors of the canopy. This is probably part of his ear here. Anyway, this thing is huge. You can see his nose is this real fat thing right in here. And, and looking at some of the frames that we got, you can see this thing changes throughout these frames. And there's some really good frames. I mean, right there, just the changes in the eye are incredible. We're going to hit that, a zoom frame. And we're going to check that one out real quick. Let me stretch out the timeline. And you can see the subject is right here, hiding amongst the tree line. This again is right around 6 feet. If you saw Impossible, we measured this. It's been pretty consistent for a while. So we're going to put a little Ken Burns on this and bring it in for a look. And we'll get a good look. We're going to manipulate some of the saturation and some of the exposure. It's a little too close. Back it out just a little bit more. So here's the individual. And I'm going to get this frame perfect, and now we're going to darken it, and then we're going to lighten it to highlight it, and you can see this jaw line so good now. There appears to be like a stick or something right here coming across the front of his nose, but you can see his nose behind that. Now this is an immense creature, This thing is enormous. And here's the brow right here, and you can see that split just in there. And then this is the right eye, and here's the other eye. Now, if we look right about there, it makes a little more sense. But the shading and the shadow and the shape of this is a leaf in front of his nose. Now, it may change as we move, and shift frames, because there was wind that day. I was looking at the video here. You can see the ball of the eye. We'll try to get in on that a little bit. Hit a freeze frame on that one. And then we'll get in on him. Now, this is actually a really cool frame because you can make out that smug look his mouth has behind this shimmer of light. And that's really what this is. The light, you can see this line. This is light disrupting your view path. And the skin under it is actually a lot lighter. And you can see that where the sun hits it on the sides of the creature. He's just behind some trees and they're blocking the sunlight. And he's watching my wife. Unfortunately, you can see his nose a little better in this one, the leaf's out of the way. But you can see he looks like, a smug Sasquatch. Get it in close for you. And here again would be the mouth, and then you've got the eye, so the nose is right in front of it. There's even lines in between each brow, like you can see it. And advancing frames, man, we get some killer frames. I mean, this frame right here, you can see this creature's plainly staring at you. It's absolutely incredible. We'll freeze frame that one, and we'll crop it real quick, take you in for a closer look at a Florida Sasquatch staring back at Melanie Zaski's camera. Let's let that render. It's going to take a second, but it shouldn't take too long. There you go. Now we're all rendered Sasquatch, crypto reality style. He came up for an apple, I believe, that day, and we had action that week. And it's no surprise that we were getting images like this. Again, if you're struggling, this is going to be the brow area on both sides, and these are the eyes. And you can see there's the nose right there, the upper lip, and then there's some plant life in front of the rest of it. But you get this huge creature back in there. And Melanie's literally standing about 36 to 40 inches off the ground on a downed tree. And I have zoomed in quite a ways. If we look at the distance from this creature is, I'm going to try to find that because I know I have it. Let me see, where is it? We got some killer frames. Look at that frame. Look at the nostrils. Now you can really get an idea of what the nose looks like. See, that leaf is down here now. And we've got basically primitive man. You can see it. The nostril in between the nose. You got the nose, the chubby bridge there going up. You got eyes on both sides. We got a little bit of the leaf in front here, but we can make the individual out. He's back there waiting for an apple, I think. You can see him staring. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: when we look at it naturally, that's what we're seeing. This is what the camera picked up. This is what it looks like in the shot. When you look over there. And he's standing dead still. You do not notice that there is probably 1,000 to 1,200 to maybe even 1,400 pound individual standing there. It's not until you really take a look at what's going on. Now, having been in this situation hundreds of times, I've learned from reading film and watching film what to look for when I'm there. So these are the scenes and scenarios visually that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for what most people say, I'm looking for a Sasquatch. No, I'm looking for the phenomenon, the color changes, the brow and the eyes. You can see those are very prominent features, and they're very easy to spot once you learn what they look like. There's always going to be a nose right there under it. So you've got cheekbones that are typically fat or really bony, a nose that's really broad, and another cheek over here. That's 3 bright circles in direct sunlight. And I've used that to identify these creatures. And then you've typically got these dark rectangular spots above it. Identifying these creatures takes time, but they're absolutely there, and they're absolutely real. And don't listen to anybody who tells you otherwise. You know, he's back there waiting for an apple. I think we called him in, but the actual distance it's really incredible when you see, you know, what we're doing. There you go. Here we go. This is the forest. This is approximately, like I said, about 6 foot, right in this area. This guy's whole head takes up this much of it, and that's about 70 yards, right in there. That's a big dude. Welcome to Crypto Reality. I want to thank you for watching here on YouTube. If you'd like to support us a little bit more and see a lot more detailed descriptions of our work, join us on Patreon. It's $1.99 a month. And if you want to talk about field research, join In the Field. Can help you with your work. And you guys can start catching the same things we're catching. I'll teach you how to see them when you're out there. That's how we do it.